It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. The second quarter largely belonged to them as they took charge of the game and jumped out to a 5-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
They played some solid team basketball, Ernie. Really good. They were sharing the ball. We saw some nice feeds, a lot of movement. It wasn't 5 individuals out there. It was one cohesive unit, and they got the assist to show for it. Their rhythm was nice.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
Hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
Artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that, Greg, putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Kevin, his scores are just so easy for him that you forget you aren't supposed to see 7-foot sharpshooters doing it. He can score from anywhere in any fashion and can hold his own with any player in history in terms of how unguardable he is.
That's it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. See you later. They have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. And we'll be back with you shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Colin Sexton having an outstanding game. He ended up with 15 points and 2 assists. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. What'd you think, Shaq, about Cleveland?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see it. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
.14. And we'll be back with you right after this. Wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone. As they end the first quarter on a 12-4 run. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports halftime program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Victor Oladipo putting in some incredible work. He had 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 block. The first 2 quarters went very well for him. And Kenny, what'd you think about what we saw from Indiana?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
Shaq, what'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Of our Jordan player of the game, Blake Griffin.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.
It's the 2K Sports halftime show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports halftime show. It was all Jason Tatum in the first quarter. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they've gotten to the line tonight a lot. Basically, they're saying, I'm going to take it to you, and the only way you can stop me is to foul me. But here's the thing. If you're afraid to sacrifice your body, you'll never pick up a lot of free throws. So great job in the first half.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
Well, as we know, it's always a good idea to pound the ball into the paint. So many defensive game plans are focused just on stopping the three. When you hurt a team down low, they got to react. That allows you to play inside out. Trust me, I have the blueprint. I own the blueprint. I created the blueprint. Inside, kick it back out, shoot the three. Rick Fox, deep shot, and big shot. Bob for 3. The crowd go crazy. I know you remember that, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like
To
that.
present our Jordan player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.
And now, the 2K Sports halftime show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA halftime show on 2K Sports. Chicago was looking great right away. Their mission to dominate early was accomplished with a spirited 14-4 run to start. Playing comfortably, they strolled through the rest of quarter one, leading by 12 points. Things got dicey in the second quarter as the tables turned, but they still had enough left in the tank to finish the half up by 3. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, they need to protect the ball and play under control.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
A 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off.
Lauri Markkanen.
Sensational game for him in terms of shooting efficiency. He's taken nothing but high percentage shots. That's how he's managed to hit over 60% from the field. I mean, making just about everything he's looked at.
The lift he got from this home crowd has been obvious. There's nothing fans love more than getting a big game out of someone other than one of their stars. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.
Way to finish up the quarter.
That's an incredible shot there. Just let it fly, take a chance, and somehow that one goes in.
And so it's Miami in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It was all about Miami as the game got going. They led by as many as 12 points, fueled by tough defense and great offense. And it was a 9-point lead for them as they finished the first quarter. Momentum shifted slightly in the second quarter, causing them to lose some traction, but they still ended the half up by 8. Let's hear from you, Shaq, on the Heat first half.
They came out with the right mindset. That's what I'm talking about right there. I mean, that's the hard driving offensive approach I like to see. If they keep it up, unstoppable.
Kenny, what's your take on Washington so far?
To me, they looked out of sync shooting the basketball. Under 40% for the first half. Some of it was poor shot selection, but mostly it just looked like they were out of rhythm. For the second half, they need to push more for buckets in transition. Get to the foul line a little bit more. Try to get back in the flow.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And does a good job with his help D.
And so it's the Miami Heat in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be back with you shortly.
Floor generalship right here. I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
Jordan player of the game, Bradley Beal.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
Do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Thunder lead by 14. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Oklahoma City.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Dennis Schroeder playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 16 points, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, I really like how many times they got to the free throw line. They've taken the direct method, attacking the basket, not settling for jump shots. That's gotten them some really good looks and a lot of points from the line. Staying aggressive in the second half is key.
Shaq, what'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, they were playing like it was Christmas, Ernie. Giving up a lot of turnovers. There's no excuses for the turnover numbers, sloppy ball handling. They look out of control, and the execution was all over the place.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
Point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their transition game has been in full effect, and we'll be right back after this.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had it open, he's taken it.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in stride. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time. In the quarter, they're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 30 points, 4 block shots, and 1 steal. An extremely potent first 2 quarters for him. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
You have to marvel at the uniqueness of the Greek freak. From half court, he needs only 2 dribbles. That's right, 2 dribbles to get to the rim. He can pass like a point guard at almost 7 feet. The list goes on and on.
And over to Shaq. Now your take on the Clippers.
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster, Ernie. Without major improvements defensively, this game is over.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
True artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day.
That's going to do it for now.
These guys are...
Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. See you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. You're watching the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. De'Aaron Fox was on fire in the first half. He had 25 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Multiple times we saw the bench cheering him on in the first 2 quarters of this one. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
The speed of De'Aaron Fox, that was the difference. No one can stay in front of him. If you bring the help, he can beat you with the pass. And the jumper looking like Nick Van Exel.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
Well, the way I see it, they're losing this game because they're being out-rebounded. You can't give up this kind of differential and expect to remain competitive. So what do? You commit more guys to the glass, guards included. You make it a priority that if you do ultimately lose this game, it's not because you didn't rebound.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
A bruising game inside, and it's working for him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. This is Kevin Harlan, thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He ended up with 17 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
Looking at Portland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Well, I love that they were forceful at the offensive end. They got the shots they wanted. They played aggressively and got to the line. A strong attacking mindset. I like it. We'll see if they bring the same attitude in the second half, though.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
Tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. See you later.